Hey collective, how you doing? How are you going in this crazy retrograde energy? We have 4 going at the moment, which can be pretty chaotic, but I want you to trust that everything that's getting a shake up right now is happening for your highest good. I love retrograde season. I know they can still be very hard, they can be intimidating, but at the same time, every single time we go through these energies, if you listen to the signs and the synchronicities and you do the work that comes up for you during this time, you get massive upgrades in getting pushed into new timelines, higher frequency timelines very quickly because of these energies that are happening. So trust that everything that you're being urged to do to get your things like life in order, your home in order, whatever it is that you're being urged to do right now to work on, it is like you're planting seeds for the future. It's quite an important time that we're in. So I want you to trust that everything that's happening right now is happening for your highest good. And in the next few weeks and months, you're going to see the benefits from the hard yards that you put in right now. All right, Spirit, what are the overall energies for our collective, please? We got 5 of Swords. So this 5 of Swords energy is... it's very much feeling defeated at the same time as feeling achievement. You may be having to fight your ego, you may be having to fight the voices in your head that tell you that things are unattainable, unachievable, that you're dreaming. Spirit wants you to know to dream bigger. They want you to keep climbing the highest peaks of your destiny as they come to you, because what you thought was unavailable to you earlier on in life, you have found out that it was actually quite possible. The more that you chase your dreams, the more that you open yourself up to the possibilities of what you could possibly deserve and attain, the more you see that like your horizons just continue to open up. So just work on these insecurities, these voices, you could say, inside you, that it could also be voices outside of you that you know don't believe that you can actually get to where you're wanting to get to. And don't let somebody else's inability to chase their own dreams and their own, you know, if life's holding them back, don't let them be an influence on you. Take advice from those who have a path that is more suited to what you would like from life, not those who are too scared to even step onto their path and that are just, you know, doing the usual. You don't want to get advice from those people. That's not the type of... you didn't come here to have a mediocre life. You came here to live it up and win big when it comes to the things that set your soul on fire, that, you know, draw you in with passion and interest and excitement in the healthiest ways. Can I get more on this card, Spirit? We go into the challenge. What is the challenge for our collective this week? They're playing with me lately with cards. They would like me to go in deeper, but with certain things. Okay, we got a 5 of Cups in reverse. It looks like this portal that we've been opening up for some time now. Like, this has been a long awaited thing. We've been working on this for some time. This portal, you're actually stepping through it now. And it may that may be why these voices and these urges of, oh my god, I'm not good enough for this, I can't achieve this, are getting louder right now, because you're getting closer to pushing yourself through to this new higher timeline, which is what these retrogrades can really do for us. They can help us quantum leap into whole new versions of ourselves, if you take advantage of them, if you learn how to ride the wave and be brave and look for your triggers that are coming up during this time. Look for the patterns that spirit are trying to show you, that are from that can be very far in your past that are coming back into your future to show you that there's things that we still need to work on. And these could be all different patternings. These could be in relationships, these could be with yourselves, these could be self-sabotaging habits. It could be many different things for our collective. We're all relating to these readings in different ways, and I find that absolutely beautiful. I love hearing how these readings hit for different people and the different ways in which that happens for the same message. It's crazy to me. I love it. So thank you to everybody who lets me know. What is the medicine, spirit? Balance with the Two of Pentacles. The outcome. Whoa. Three of Swords and Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is in so many of my readings lately. He was in the pre-shuffle before too. The Three of Swords and Knight of Cups in reverse. What are we going to go in on this with, spirit? We're going to do something a little bit different this week. Okay, I'm going to use the Dreams of Gaia for the going a bit further on this overall energy, please, spirit. Ooh. King of Air. It's funny, we've got like the Five of Swords here, and you know, he seems to really be struggling inside his head here, but yet the King of Air is someone who is very, very in charge of their own mind space. That they've learned and they've mastered the skill of owning their own thoughts, understanding their own patterns. So I want you to look at it as all of the head fucks that are happening for you right now, they are happening for your highest good. They're happening to show you that it's still things that are yet to be conquered. We're always going to be on this healing journey in all different ways. But at the moment, it's like some energies from the past are coming in to boost your armor. So eagles may also be relevant to you right now. There's 3 eagles on this card. There's also three circles meeting as one. I can't remember what it's called, but on his earrings here, this feels very like there's a great celestial connection here. It's also feeling very grounding for an air card. Light language may be significant to you at the moment also. You know, we're listening to Chantress Seba right now, literally singing light language, and it feels like there's some ancient coding here going on in this current energy. It feels like actually this is deprogramming happening in your mind space, which can be really hard. It can be quite crazy when you are trying to change the way that you have been, it's been built into you to think about yourself, the world, work, currently, genocide, war. The things that are going on right now in our world are batshit crazy. I've done a few posts about this on TikTok, and you know, it's got me in a little bit of trouble, but that's okay. I am a firm believer in speaking the truth. I speak standing up for what I believe in. I have strong belief systems and values on how valuable every human being is, and I've always been quite, how do I put this, quite motivated when it comes to someone else's pain rather than my own, being a healer, I guess. But yeah, there's a great deal of crazy shit going on, and you may be standing around hearing a lot of people talk absolute nonsense. You may be having to hear people who watch the news a lot. You know, if your favorite show is the 7 nightly news, you're going to be filled with a lot of crazy shit in your head that makes it justifiable for what's going on in our world. When there's no excuse for it. But that's what programming and, you know, desensitization does. And you may be in a position where you're looking around at the world and you're just going, oh, what the actual fuck? You know, and that's understandable. But I want you to know that just because you're awake doesn't mean everybody else is. And that is quite a shocker to sift through and sit with. It's to realize what's actually going on, not just within ourselves and our small communities, but the wider world, and look around at people that are completely blinded to what is actually happening, and have them not realize that this is just the start of it. It's scary, and it can be quite angering, but you've been awakened for a reason during this time, so that you can help be the light in a dark space. You can help bridge between worlds by understanding that losing your shit right now isn't going to help anything. Hating the people that don't have the emotional or just any type of intelligence that you are holding right now isn't why you were given that intelligence. You were given it to be a bridge, a compassionate bridge. We don't fight fire with more fire. We fight it with intelligence and grounded emotion, with heart. Alright, what is this 5 of Cups, Spirit? Abundance. Oh, wow. I was literally thinking, as I was pulling that card, I was like, so what is at the end of this hole? And as I was thinking that as well, like, the hole, I should elaborate. So if you haven't seen this card before in my readings, I usually look at it as how this has been coming up for the last few months, and this is you. This is you pouring out. The cups represent our emotions. So you're pouring out the emotions, and it's beginning to, and getting to know yourself, and releasing and purging and learning and doing that shadow work and chasing your triggers and being brave, and tipping these cups out is creating this portal here that is taking us to a whole new world, but it hasn't been ready yet. And now in this upside down, in this reversal of this card, I'm seeing that it's not, it's like we're coming to the other side of this portal. This isn't the normal meaning for the 5 of Cups. And as I was thinking that, I was reminded that my 5-year-old pointed out last week that, you know, we started watching the live versions of Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, And she pointed out that there's always a whole new tree that just sends someone on a whole new journey into a new world. And as she said that, I thought of this card, and I thought of one of the cards that's in my Alexis Rakun deck. And that's what it feels like. We're being sent into a whole new world. And when I asked Spirit, what is in this portal? What is on the other side of this portal, Spirit? They've given us abundance. Look at that big, beautiful dragon. I've never pulled this card before. That's exciting. To have this in our challenge feels like the challenge is to trust that this abundance is coming. It's the trust that we are divinely protected. Look at the rainbows in that too, over here. This is a gorgeous card. I love these artworks. So this feels very grounded and connected to nature, like she's holding a nest. There's baby birds. The mother bird is trusting her with these babies, and you know, this is like the second time we have plovers nesting pretty much in my front yard. They're in my neighbour's yard this time, but they're still pretty much in my front yard. And it feels like great signs from Spirit that you know, plovers bring good luck. They bring divine protection, connectedness with your family. And it feels like this is a sign to everybody who watches me also, that every time you take care of nature, nature takes care of you. Even when you can see that nature can maybe not be so kind and there can be a lot of cruelness that happens, you know, all three of the baby plovers that we watched be laid and grow in our front yard. 2 of them got eaten by dogs because I think someone chased them over to the dog park, and the other one just went missing. So it pissed me off. It did. It made me think, what kind of crazy person chases babies out of the street just because they're annoying? I can get it. There can be an inconvenience at times, but we're still very blessed to have them do this around us, trust us enough to do this here. This was their home before it was ours, and it should still be their home. The reason why they have to now nest next to our driveways is because we built our houses where they are. So I look at it a bit differently to other people, and I feel like that this has been Spirit's way of showing me that this is the same as what's going on with, you know, the other side of the world right now. Is I may look at things in a certain way and be like, it makes complete sense. What are you talking about? Why would you treat people like that? Why can't you see that this is a land grab? Why can't you see that this is, you know, ethnic cleansing? And this is history repeating itself, and you're falling for the bullshit. And this is like Spirit using these birds to show me and you guys that on a smaller scale, that just because I can see the beauty of a very protective bird species nesting in our front yards is beautiful and a great sign from Spirit, doesn't mean everybody else does. Everybody else thinks, oh my God, they're going to attack my grandchildren. Whereas I have done enough research to know they're not going to touch your grandchildren. They're just going to make scary noises. Anyway, it feels like Spirit are using many different ways right now to show us what is in our control and what isn't in our control in the the big wide world out there, and that we're actually really lucky that we think the way that we do, we feel the way that we do, and we care the way that we do, because a lot of the world does not. A lot of the world is not, you know, smart enough to think for themselves, and that's the sadness. It doesn't make us any better than them, it makes us luckier than them, because we have had things happen to us in our life that we may have looked at as unlucky, but they made us think in different ways. It makes us see the things that those people don't see. We could have had very difficult upbringings that made our brains shape in a way that we think for ourselves because of it. Whereas other people that we thought were luckier than us because they didn't have that kind of upbringing and they had more of a protected, loving family, they don't think like us because they look around and they follow suit. Where actually there's so many blessings in the things that made life hard for us, and it's becoming more and more clear. All right, what is the Two of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Ooh, we got an Eight of Earth. Oh, this is gorgeous. After just speaking of, like, when we take care of Mother Nature, she takes care of us. And look what we got here. Mother Nature. It's like she has a gift here. Like, the medicine is to stay balanced. Balancing that shadow and light that's been coming forth for you during this retrograde season. Learning how to do it in this glorious dance that is your own. And how it's showing me at the moment, like, there's so much warmth in this. When you learn how to balance this and get to bring more of that shadow out, there's so much of a cozy warmness to it. Like, she's in the desert, but yet she's wearing this woolly jumper. It feels so warm and comfortable. There's hardly anything in the background other than sunset and sand. And yet she feels so taken care of because she's given so much to Mother Nature, and it's about to return to her, and trusting that. So spending more time with the plants. I've been repotting plants. I've been working in my yard. I'd like to spend some more time out in nature. I'd love to go play in the rainforest. I might try and do that next weekend. Oh, I'm actually going to visit my friend this weekend and her family up on her beautiful property. So I'm really going to get plenty of time to do that, actually. But I want you guys to do the same thing too. Get outside. Go see your favorite tree. Or if you don't have one, go find one. I want you to start going to places and being like, which one's my favorite tree here? Which tree is speaking to me more than any of the trees? Well, wrong deck. Alright, what is the outcome here, Spirit? We've got Three of Swords and Knight of Cups in reverse. What's the outcome? This feels a little bit heartbreaking, not gonna lie. Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, and Knight of Cups. We keep getting this card lately. He's in reverse now, so maybe Mr. I am not your Casanova is truly not your Casanova, and is coming out to show you some true colors, which is sad. This could also, let's see what else this could be. That feels like that's not for everybody. What is this Three of Swords? This could be shit from the past, being Mercury retrograde too. We've got a 5 of air. Beautiful card. I love this card. It's gorgeous. Look at it. She's so pretty. I'm going to get one from the angel deck, since there is a gorgeous angel on here, and I still feel like this means so many different things for the different people watching. Having so many rainbows and butterflies on here, it feels like transforming after heartbreak. It feels like, and this doesn't have to be romantic heartbreak, this could literally be you healing something from the past without that person even being around. This could be you healing these different emotions that are coming up. This could be you healing something that broke you from a way back, and it's starting to come up and trigger you again, because you're setting different parts of yourself free with this 5 of Cups energy that we've been in for some time now. And old stuff is still surfacing, going, hey, heal me, I'm here, heal me. And that could be really what's going on. This possibly has nothing to do with anybody new. We do have things are looking up the end to a difficult situation and taking a trip. Yes, I am. Oh, sorry. Nearly blew my candle out. So 6s are also all about harmony. We go 5, 6 here. So it feels like things are happening in perfect timing. Trust this. Trust that you're on the right path. Trust that you are being divinely guided and protected. Abundance is coming in. Keep connecting to this earth energy. Keep knowing that any of these voices that are popping up in your head, trying to bring you back down to a lower vibration, are old habit, just trying to pull you back in. When we're about to bust through to a whole new timeline like we're about to do, we're about to have a huge growth spurt, old parts of us are like, no, come back, I'm scared, stay where we're comfortable. And that's how you know that you're about to bust through to the next section, because these old things start popping off like this. So trust it. You're onto something big, collective, and I'm excited. I'm very excited for this. Let's get our animal card. And yeah, like even during this reading, the amount of times I've thought, I'm going to stop and start again. I'm not going to do this reading. I've been, having to continuously tell this guy too to get out of my ear, bro, get out of my ear. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut out the bits where I ummed and ahed about it, and let it be what it is, because it's exactly what it's meant to be. What is our closing message for our collective, please, Spirit? We got the blue banded bee. Which is actually the one on the cover. I love this because I'm literally going to my friends this weekend to her Hive of Love. Excuse me, Harper. Excuse me. Would you like to say hello? No? Alright. So the blue banded bee is a master of miracles. It represents the sweetness of life, determination, hard work, dedication, miracles, abundance. Sorry, got excited. Coexistence, life cycle, ecosystem, and sexuality. When the blue banded bee buzzes into your life, it means business. As miracle masters, anything is possible when you call on bee magic. Bee teaches you that you can achieve anything through hard work, determination, perseverance, and the right attitude. It is also beneficial to find balance and taste the sweetness of life. When you are going through a challenge, call on bee magic to push through. Where there is a will, there is a way. Aerodynamically, it may not seem that a bee's wings are big enough to carry its body. However, bee believes otherwise. If you are trying to conceive, call on bee energy to assist. They are masters of life cycles, creating life through pollination, sexuality, and abundance. This message also relates to the birth of new projects, ideas, and endeavors. Meditate on blue banded bee to help with prosperity, connecting to the sun goddess and your psychic senses. Unlike common honeybees, the blue banded bee are solitary creatures. Do you need some time alone to rest and rejuvenate? Call on the blue banded bee energy when you want to attract prosperity, for inspiration to keep pushing through, when you would like help communicating, and for help birthing new ideas. The advice for this card is don't give up. The chakra is the sacral chakra, which is orange, and the mantra is I create the life I want. I want you to write that in the comment section, please, collective. Claim this energy. I create the life I want. Yes, you do. Thank you, guys. I will see you next week. Love you. Bye.